Hi, we're Group 4 here today with Paul, Dylan, Zach, and our tech operator, Cade. We're doing a video on the Rain Bird Cirrus data map installation. And first step that you would have to do is go into the map office on the top left corner and go down to map import. Once you've opened the map import, this will just show a green screen with no map on it yet. And you want to open a map and label it with your name. Once you've done that, you go over to import, and you will be able to import the Rainbird file provided for whichever map that you will be using. Once the map is up and running, we will be using data provided from the system details spreadsheet that was already inputted previously. And once the map is open, the first step is going to be labeling holes and areas, which I will pass off to Dylan to explain.
So from there, we have all of our information on the map. So before anything's labeled, we'll have to zoom into hole 1, hole 1, 2, whatever you're kind of starting with. We already have holes 1 and 2 entered, so we'll go ahead and go to hole 3. So if you can zoom in there, try to search, yeah. Alright, so then we'll just move ourselves down over. So now we're on hole 3. So to input that, you'll have to use the gray bars, click area, and you'll go to hole marker. From there, you'll click on the outside of the rough, just so that when you're inputting heads and stuff, or later on data, it won't affect that. So there, we're on course 1, we're hole 3, and then we'll hit OK. From there, now we're labeled, and then now we need to label all of our areas. So we'll click on mark, yeah, so you have to highlight your hole. So how we have our H highlighted there, that says that we're working on this hole. And then you can click greens. Then you'll go over to the green, click in the middle of that. That input's there. Then now you can hit T's after you move. Cool, and then now you can move over down to your fairway now. Then click there. And making sure that every time that H is highlighted, making sure you're working on that hole, and you can click in the middle of the fairway to input the fairway. And then we'll also do our approach right at the end. And then we can also have surrounds, perimeters, and roughs. So we'll input the roughs just on the outside of the fairway, anywhere it kind of works. Surrounds will go just outside of the green. And then our perimeters. So from there, now we have labeled our hole and our areas, and I'll pass it off to Zach to talk about inputting sprinkler heads.
So from here, we're going to add in our tees and fairways first. Usually you'll do whatever you label first, but just for this example, we're going to start with tees and fairways. So first you're going to click the gray bar over to existing, and then from there you'll click add existing station. And for this one, you're going to click the tee that we've labeled, and then you'll click the corresponding heads that are on the tee. And for here, we have a third, so we're going to add one on the right side, right there, yeah. And then we'll keep going down and clicking just one of the ones that we want. After we're done that, we'll go to add rotors. And for all the ones that we have paired, we'll click that respective head and then click the head that we want to add right there. And we're going to move that one after. I'll show you how. And now we'll go to fairways. And in our fairways, however you've had it labeled on your reference sheet is how we'll label it here. So you'll click existing stations again, and you'll start clicking your fairway so that it knows what you're labeling, and now you're going to start your fairways. So you'll click the first one, that one. You don't need to keep clicking the fairway, and then you'll just keep skipping to every second head, because realistically, most of these are going to be paired. Just do these. With a little. Now we'll add our rotors. And now that you're at the end of your fairway, we'll go to existing and add our approach in. So you'll click your approach, just click the two again, click your rotor, the head you want it paired with, and then the other head. And that's how we add in stations and their respected paired rotors. I'll pass you off to Paul.
All right, so I'll talk to you about greens, perimeters, and surrounds. So for the first thing we're going to do is add in station 1 on the front left of green number 1 there. And they're all, they're not paired, they're single heads, so we can just go right around. And this green has 4. Now for adding in perimeters, we're going to do the same thing, add existing, select perimeter, and you can't put a symbol too close to a symbol initially, so we'll just make sure that we put the head separately off to the side, and we can drag them in after. The next head will be a rotor, so we'll go to number 3 and add in the second station for perimeter. And then now we can add in our rotors, so we'll go add rotors, click on the existing station, and then go to the next head there. And same thing for number 3. And now we can go to the move button there and drag them in a little bit closer just to have a better reference. And then for surrounds, we had 3 stations. So we can start from the left and work our way from the left side of the green and work our way around here. So there's station 1, we skip 1 and move all the way through there. And then add the rotors in as well. And then we got to add in the roughs as well. For roughs, I'm just quickly checking how many we had. So the 3 stations set up for roughs. So we can start up the left there and kind of work our way back and forth down the fairway. And then adding in the rotors where necessary. All right, and that concludes our video on the Rain Bird software map installation and hole data. Thanks for tuning in.